Hello, and welcome to the Battledawn tutorial. Within this tutorial, I will be teaching you what units you should be building and what units you shouldn't be building, plus a few tips about the game to help you on your way. I wish to state that this video should remain private unless I release it to the public. Okay, so I'll just delve straight in. Okay, at this stage of the game you should not be building infantry units. It's currently tick 802. Basically because they are very easily killed. Heavy units and cavalry last a lot longer and you get more for your money over time. If you have no money and no income and you're pretty poor, then the worst thing you can do is build an infantry army, because basically what you're building here is an army that can get cut through like butter, and you'll just have to keep rebuilding them and keep rebuilding them, and you're just going to go in circles. They're a constant drain on your resources and they're not very cost efficient. So I prefer cavalry and heavy units over the infantry. They last a lot longer and a lot more battles. Okay, now I've got that out of the way. It may be tempted to put infantry units into your army because of the attack bonus they have against cavalry, but trust me, it's really not worth it. It's good to specialise in cavalry and heavies and have no infantry in your army whatsoever. Basically this renders all of the guys, I think slashing it's called. Yeah, slashing units totally useless if somebody's got these guys here in their army and you have everything. You have these guys and these guys, then these guys will kill these guys. Generally everybody has a well-rounded army to kill everything, so if you only have these and these, then this renders these guys totally useless. You know, slashing units, you've got no infantry in your army and these slashing guys are effective against infantry, then that's really good if you have no infantry, because that's just totally useless now. You rendered a quarter of the opponent's army totally useless basically. Okay, the only time I ever use infantry is I've said put one inside a squad on its own and send it against unguarded outposts. You know, you just put one the cheapest infantry in there, there's one there, and send it to this guy here, like that. And that'll probably take that, and I'll res it for outposts later, res it for resources. Okay, on to what you should build. First thing you should build is cavalry armoured. These act as cannon fodder. Their job is to get killed within battles. They have a lot of hit points, the most in any other. No damage and no range. They aren't meant for attack, they're meant to get killed. They're just cannon fodder. They're there to protect your other units. In a battle these guys are the first to get hit, to protect your more expensive units. I must say that cavalry defense protect only cavalry, so be careful about that. These guys protect your heavy units. They are the same thing for the cavalry. They've got lots of hit points, no attack and defense, and they're used just to get killed basically, to protect your other units. It doesn't matter what type they are, because like I said, they're not used for attack, but I would suggest keep them all one type, mainly because you know exactly where they are if you keep them all one type. If you have a bunch of different ones here like this, then you might get confused with all the different pictures and stuff, and I know exactly that these all at a glance are defense ones. Okay, second thing you should be building are these guys, which are ranged piercing, which have 100% damage against cavalry and 75% damage against heavy units. These are extremely effective because, as you can imagine, 100% against cavalry and 75 against heavy is extremely good. It's got a very good cavalry hitting and extremely good heavy units against heavy units as well. Crushing. These are the fourth unit that you should be building. They are 125% damage against heavy units. They have average attack against the other guys, like 50 and stuff like that, but they are specialised for heavy units, where these guys are rounded up for cavalry and heavy. These guys are 125% against heavy is just really good. And the last thing that you should be building are these guys. They are very good at killing infantry. Infantry have no attack bonus against heavy units, and if you just send a squad of these, then you negate the ability that the infantry have against cavalry, and they're extremely good for killing infantry, trust me. 100% damage. These guys have no attack bonus against anything. And these are basically the only things that I ever build, except those guys, which I explained earlier, that I use those for just to kill unguarded, I got train like 1 and then just unguarded outposts anywhere. Okay, these guys kill the infantry, these guys kill cavalry, and these guys kill heavies. These guys are pretty useless because these guys have 125% damage against heavy units, so what's the point of building these? These guys have 100% damage against the infantry, but there's no use building these because infantry have an attack bonus over cavalry. So to send infantry against cavalry against infantry is just really useless. I was tempted to buy these because they have 100% against cavalry, but I thought because these guys have an attack bonus over heavy units, again that's just the same situation as these guys. So I usually build those guys to deal with cavalry. But you can have your own structure really. I suggest in a squad you have 40% armoured and 60% ranged. You might notice that damage upgrade wasn't included. That's because they're very useless in this kind of structure. If you're going to have the armoured range structure, which is 60% range and 40% armoured, then damage upgrades are useless. They are useless, trust me, in this structure. You need to specialise in ranged units. I'll show you a squad of mine. These guys, this is a full squad of cavalry. As you can see, I've got 40% armoured right here, six armoured guys. I've got 6 ranged piercing, I think they were called, the middle ones, the ones that are 100% against cavalry and 75 against tanks. And finally I've got 3 heavy unit bashes here at the top. I normally keep 2 of these, or 1 or 2 of these together with one of these guys. Again, 40% armoured and 60% ranged. That's because if you keep them together then they have no weakness. Basically these are extremely good at cutting through infantry, and these are very good at cutting through cavalry and heavy units. There is not that much weakness. If you have this squad on its very own, then that's probably a bad idea, since it's very weak against infantry units, this squad here. So I normally keep at least 1 of these guys with 2 of these guys. Oops. Just to cover that weakness, because you don't want them to get killed. If you do the defense correctly, like I do, and top up the defense if any of these ever get killed, let's say you get 5 of these killed and you just keep them there, and what you should do is build like 5 defense, send them in a squad and send them over, and then just put them back in to top up before you attack again. Keep your defense going to all your guys, and topping this up so you don't lose any of these, trust me. What you don't want to end up is just very low of these, then get attacked and lose a bunch of these, because these are expensive. So you must manage your defense correctly. Basically I've never ever even lost many of these at all. If you manage your defense correctly you should be okay. And that's it. Thanks for watching this Battledawn tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed it.